older members of the society, everybody in this country deserve to be treated without any discrimination, and they deserve to be in the decision table. And that is the theme for our strategic plan that will take us from this year up to 2029. And before I give us a snapshot, I'm going to make a humble request, because I can see all of us have a phone. We all go to our X platform and actually say, usawa kwa wote. Equality for all. You can, those who are in X platform, you can Google the National Gender and Equality Commission. It will just take you a minute. You follow us, you tweet, you retweet, so that everybody get this message, that ni usawa kwa wote. And our strategic plan is anchored in the Vision 2030. It is anchored in bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and also the MT4. And NGC, because of its mandate, will monitor, will facilitate, and advise on mainstreaming of gender issues and inclusion of our special interest groups. And in particular, we have the persons with disability, we have the women, we have the children, youth, older members, minority, and marginalized groups in the national other sustainable development goals, or what we call SDGs, and the rallying call of leaving no one behind actually is tandem with NGZ vision of society free from inequality and all forms of discrimination. And we are also anchoring this strategic plan at the African Union Agenda 2063 of socio-economic transformation for this continent for the next 50 years, and NGC will monitor the implementation of those aspirations. The process to getting the strategic plan has been long, but it has all been worth it. And what we started is doing desk reviews. NGC is 13 years old, and we needed to understand what are the issues that probably they were not there in 2011, but we are experiencing now. And so we did a deeper analysis of the current trends, of the how inequality is showing right now, and issues of gender-based violence, and all the many other things that have evolved over time. We called all the stakeholders. I'm sure some of you in this room were in those workshops where we had consultative meeting to understand, you as a stakeholder, what would you want to see NGC be moving forward? What should it evolve to? Because 13 years of age is a teenager. What would you want us to become? And we had those meetings. We had the commission coming together with the staff, also giving policy direction as it should be, and we held many workshops. And we have done validation of this strategic plan with all the stakeholders. Again, they were invited. We have sought the approvals even from the Treasury, and we are ready to launch this strategic plan. Simtupige makofi. But even when we were doing that, and even now, we have this question: what did we learn, and why did we need a new strategic plan? And there are many lessons, and it's always good to always go back in retrospect. Ask yourself, what can I do better? We are appreciating that we were only able to achieve 63% of our past strategic plan. We are appreciating that we had challenges of limited funding, and we are hoping that the new strategic plan, we have a very rigorous resource mobilization strategy, that this in 2029, 2030, when we'll be launching the next one, we'll have will not have these challenges. Feasibility, some of you have said, especially in the grassroots, NGC was probably not able to reach all the sub-counties in this country, because I believe we reached all the counties. The human capital, our capacity to serve over 40 million Kenya, was still limited because we have just about 100 staff. And of course, the lessons we have learned is that there's need for continuous stakeholders engagement, this continuous need for legal backing and regional presence. Allow me to mention that NGEC has supported 15 countries to come up with a commission like the National Gender and Equality Commission. So we support other countries, but we are just based here. And we want to, yes, continuously support even other countries to have a commission, because together we can win the fight for equality and fighting for freedom for all Kenyans and other people in Africa. And our vision for this strategic plan is an inclusive society, free from gender inequality and all forms of discrimination. An inclusive society that everybody, it is free from any inequality and any form of discrimination. Our mission is to promote and protect gender equality and freedom from all forms of discrimination in Kenya. For our special interest group, we shall do this through ensuring compliance with policies, laws, and practice. And the values that will be our guiding light is that every day we shall treat people with dignity, and we want people to be treated with dignity. We want to see the principle of equality. We want to see teamwork, working together with our stakeholders, with our staff, with our special interest group. We want to see integrity, because without integrity, the Commission cannot thrive and Kenya cannot thrive. And inclusivity, which of course we all invite everybody to be more intentional. Even when you're doing something, we might have laws and policies that speaks about inclusivity, inclusion, equality, but it's upon all of us to embody those principles of equality and inclusivity, which is an invitation as we launch this strategic plan. This strategic plan has 5 thematic areas. One is compliance, monitoring, and reporting. One of our key mandates, and actually 60% of our mandate, is actually to monitor compliance on the principles of equality and inclusion, and these are based on the Kenya Constitution, the laws that are there, but also any convention that Kenya has ratified. And we shall monitor and we shall keep reporting as required by the law. We are given powers to investigate and to offer redress, and we are hoping that our SIGs will find a home where we can support them to investigate any complaints on matters of discrimination, any complaints on matters of where someone feels they were not treated like they matter, and we're going to offer redress, and even through our referral mechanism. We want people to understand these principles of equality and inclusion through comprehensive and intensive public education on mainstreaming on matters of equality and inclusion. Research is critical, and sometimes when you think about the decisions you would want to see done, you would want them backed by data. And NGEC will position itself as the hub for any research that is done on matters of equality and inclusion, but also as a home of that data that is speaking to matters that speak to equalities and inclusion, but more so to support the people who are doing research, to have to maintain integrity, to ensure the data is disaggregated so that we are able to give it a gender lens, to understand, and an inclusive lens, so that we're able to see what gaps exist and to make better policy. And the last that is also very important is institutional capacity strengthening. This is not NGEC just institutional capacity strengthening. It is all our institution. It is the Commission that want to continue being the hub of Africa when it is matters of equality and inclusion. I've just said that we have supported 15 countries. We want all the other countries in Africa to have commissions that speaks about these matters of equality. And we are positioning ourselves as this institution that will offer support to Kenya institutions and organizations, but also critically for people to be transformative even in Africa. And I will just mention a few strategic objectives that we have. One is to enhance compliance with principles of equality, and we want people to adhere to the Constitution. The Constitution of Kenya 2010 is very clear. It has articles that actually need all of us to follow and to live. So that it's not just a document, it's a lived reality by especially our special interest group. We'll ensure adherence. We also want to reduce violations and offer redress. And our outcome is when we live happily and look at anyone in Kenya and seeing that there are no complaints, that the complaints have reduced. I think NGC will be so happy when we get to that level. We want to promote public awareness, and we want to ensure that the affirmative action principles and guidelines and any legal framework is implemented so that we have our SIGs included and represented in decision making. Our young people, our women, our children, our older members of the society, minority and marginalized, and persons with disability. And we want to increase evidence generation and uptake and use, because sometimes you can take evidence and you not use it. We want that evidence to speak to the decision maker, to policy makers, that any decision made that affects our special interest group is based on evidence. We have a very clear implementation and coordination framework. Allow me not to take a lot of time going through that. This one, we have detailed plan, we have our objectives, we have our targets, we have our indicators, and we have people who are responsible. And we shall also do performance contracting for our people who will actually help in the implementation of this plan. The plan can only be there without, it can't work without a budget. And I've mentioned that one of the challenges we had last time is lack of enough resources to actually visit all our sub-counties, all our special interest group, and to serve them. And this this strategic plan that we are launching will require us to have 7 billion Kenya shillings so that we are able to meet our cost for the implementation. And I'm hoping, can't see my slides moving, but thank you. So we are hoping that to monitor compliance, we'll need around 635 million Kenya shillings. For investigations, we'll need around 309. For public education, we shall need 1.7 billion. For research, we'll need 571. And for institutional capacity strengthening, I've said we want to position ourselves as the hub for Kenya and Africa. We shall need 3.1 billion. And I'm inviting all of us to continue supporting NGC in all the ways you do. For resource mobilization strategy, NGC, so we shall continue relying on the support from the government of Kenya, through the exchequer allocations, but also we invite our development partners, our public-private partnership. We are open, and we're also open to international and domestic support so that we are able to raise the funds. We have a very comprehensive monitoring and evaluation with 109 performance indicators, and I'm hoping, and I know my team is ready to ensure we implement this strategic plan. Thank you so much for listening. That's just a snapshot of our NGC 2025-2029 strategic plan.
Another round of applause for Dr. Purity Ngina. Thank you very much. Indeed, the future for the National Gender and Equality Commission is luminous under the strategic plan that we are launching today. I would like to request us just to take a moment. You and I know that media advocacy in this country is taking a very interesting landscape. And I would like us this morning to take advantage of that as well. Could we take a moment? Just a moment. I'm going to allow you. Can you take your phone out of your pocket? All right? Kindly, just take your phone out of your pocket. All right? Based off of what Dr. Ngina has said, what can you post on X about the launch of the strategic plan today? Take a moment, a few words, and say, I am at Safari Park Hotel today, and I am joining at Ngek, Kenya. Ngek is NGEC Kenya, to celebrate the launch of their strategic plan. Be very specific, because this is the 4th edition, 2025 to 2029. All right? And say, the Madame Ngina from the Commission, Secretary of the Commission, has said these are their plans, and we support the plans of the National Gender and Equality Commission. Are we together? Are we together?
To take this opportunity to thank the National Gender and Equality Commission for realizing that among the special groups or interest groups they serve, that we have women with disabilities groups they serve, that we have women with disabilities who faces intersectional challenges that needs to be addressed. Sometimes it goes silently, it is not spoken for,